Hi, this is Tom, Negotiating with Jesus. I am to do videos every day, and I've done a couple very small guitar videos. All my videos, to me, are not really anything yet. It's too scattered. It's sort of like me. It's too scattered. There's no direction to it. So it's a life which has so many components that you end up not being able to see what to frame it as a specific thing. It's not a guitar. This isn't going to be a guitar channel. It's going to be Tom Negotiating with Jesus. So it's going to be some Bible. It's going to be some thinky talky of this little corner. And it's going to, I listen to these videos. I'm also listening to Tom Holland's The Rest is History, Tom and Dom. So it's music, and then it's going to be Bible reading and stories. I would like to do like The Princess and the Goblin. Read it because I want to do some public domain reading and just have some kind of... So it's a big mess. So I think today I'll just tell you that I was thinking about what it would be if I was helpful just guitar-wise. So I do my guitar exercises every morning because I think as I age through my life in the kind of retirement years, perhaps I would have enough of a stream of income that maybe I could go to churches and do some music and some testimony or something like that. So I have some kind of direction that's very artistic, very free. Maybe I can do it in the golden years, do what I want. But I'm also, not well equipped financially, so I have to figure out how to make money in a way that's pleasing. So I'm working half-time at a machine shop. I'm working quarter-time at a church and collecting early Social Security. So it's a whole mess. And early, the government wants you to wait. The government wants you to wait and collect when you're like 67, 68. It'll be 70 soon. Because in some sense, the government doesn't really have money. And they'll print it and give it to you as long as the system holds, and it's not clear that the system is going to hold. The whisperings of a failure of Social Security, and in some ways they can't until the boomer generation is just about dead, and then they can pull that rug out from under them, and only a few people will squawk, and the generations that follow that are carrying people that are now labeled as evil people. They're all white. They're all white men or Karens, whatever. So my mom's name was Karen. So if we can get enough of a hatred of the other, which is part of our struggle today. Where am I going with this? I was going to talk about the shape of this video channel. So it's not shaped yet. It's going to have to be hammered into something. But what the world is developing into as far as an online presence, people are connecting online. And the idea that you would use a dating app as your first option for finding a woman when there are women living all around you, but that personal face-to-face connection is just too risky. Judgment is too harsh. It's not clear that there are any boundaries that you can understand in an ice-breaking type way. Oh, there's a girl. No. Don't think that there's anything that you can count on to step out into the world without tremendous risk. You dare call me a girl? And that type of thinking in the back of your mind, it can only help to crush the adventure of dating. There's a girl, she might like me. Oh no, you're white. You don't know if she's a girl. Like you. No, hate you. There's a girl, she probably hates me. So that pushes people into these online filtering systems where you can filter a lot of the things that you used to be able to see with your eyes, perceive with your ears, perceive and understand. So that has to do with the world changing. So we're getting these online presences, and I'm trying to make an online presence, and I think it's shifting in a way that that perhaps you connect with people, and the people, if they're your friend, they see the different aspects of your life. They see that you work at this time, doing some kind of hard labor or working at McDonald's or whatever. You have an income, you have some hobbies, and maybe you find people who mesh in with your hobbies. You have a certain personality type. There are people who there are people, believe it or not, who are frustrated with my personality type. They want a very specific, orderly path. There are a lot of people who have that personality type. And someone who's a little frenetic, someone who moves around a little too much, goes down rabbit trails. There are people who don't like that. So my point, this channel, I think it will be a little more showing you the structures that I do hold onto. So right now I do have structures. And I'm trying to be a personality type that's very open. So it might be a little artsy, but I'm not a great artist, but I have that in me. I have this openness, this exploring attitude, and not necessarily the alpha going out and slaying a dragon and then taking the gold and then rescuing a princess and having sex with her and then looking for another dragon and another princess, because having sex with princesses is pretty awesome. If you're evolutionarily minded, you want to be at the top of the evolutionary hierarchy, just spreading your genetic, your DNA or your genetic presence. You want to be the big dog with lots of children, according to the evolutionary kind of theories, as I understand them. So I've gone down a lot of rabbit trails. My point is that I think the next iteration of people communicating with each other and finding relationship online is going to be a big thing. So as I look at the structures that I'm now trying to put into this video, it's going to be, so I get up very early, I go to bed early, and I'm of an age where I'm not staying up to party. I had no parties at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, I'm thinking, what am I still doing up? Because I'd like to be up at 4. That gives me 6 hours. I'd like to be up at 4 and start my day. Because 4 is peaceful. 4, you just do what you want. So that's pretty great. So, yeah, I do blow my nose occasionally. Usually on video. So 4, I want to start my day, and it's going to be, I have a structured Bible reading plan, and I use the Bible app, YouVersion, and I have this great English reader. This British man just reads this 10 chapters of scripture, so that takes half an hour maybe. But I do it while I get my coffee, hit the bathroom, do my normal things, and I can have this Bible being read to me. And I go through tons of Bible. You read through the Bible in 250 days. I've gone through it for years now. Through it, besides my personal things that I'm looking at. I have this overall, through the Bible plan that really gives you a lot. So I go through the Bible every 250 days, and so much of it over and over. The Proverbs you listen to every month. The book of Proverbs, the book of Acts every month. So we're 4 months into the year, and I've already gone through the book of Acts 3 times, the book of Proverbs 3 times. We've gone through, I'm on Luke, so probably, in the next month or so, I'll be through the 4 Gospels, and I'll hear them again and again. This year, I'll probably go through the Gospels 3 times. Besides preaching. So 9 minutes. So in the morning I get up, I turn on the Bible app. It reads to me this long half hour, 10 chapters of the Bible, Old Testament, prophets, Psalms, Proverbs, Acts, the Gospels, the letters of Paul, the major prophets. It goes through a lot. Wisdom literature. I'm in Job right now, and Job is so fantastic. Job is amazing. Considered the oldest book of the Bible, and it is an amazing, hard story. Bible's being read. I'm hitting the bathroom, getting some coffee. Then I sit here. The Bible's still being read. I do these breathing exercises. So my sister talked me into looking at Wim Hof, and he's the ice man. He likes to dip his body into ice water and do these breathing relaxation techniques. So I said, yeah, I'll try that. So for the past 2 years, I've been doing this breathing exercise, and I don't care about it. I just do it. I need something to do. So I'm listening to the Bible. I'm doing these breathing exercises. So that's about 10 minutes while the Bible's being read. Then I do my morning exercises, which aren't terribly hard, but I'm doing them regularly. So I have this regular procedure now. So for 2 years, I've been doing this structured living, which is not typical of me. Although I've always liked being athletic to some degree. I loved running. I loved tennis. I loved different things. I got decent at racquetball. I like being a little sporty. I like hiking or whatever. I like the physical aspects of life. Like, I'm a guy, so I chase a ball. Guys are dogs. I don't care if you think that's too stupid. Women can be dogs. It's a generalization that's so broad, and it doesn't cover every specific thing. But guys are dogs, and girls are cats. It's obvious. Not me, I'm a dog. I'm a cat. Man prancing down a runway with his little tail wiggling. No, you throw a stick, and guess who chases it? Not the girls. The boys will chase a stick. It's ridiculous, and it's true. You can throw a ball, and the boys will all start wagging their tail. Girls will stick their nose up and try and trick the boys into chasing them instead. So I do my exercises. Then I do my prayer. I want to learn Spanish, so I do my Spanish, Our Father. And English, I translate it as well. So I do that a couple times. I want to practice Spanish, and I haven't figured out how to be a good student and get to the next step, but I'm going to start somewhere. So I do my Spanish, Our Father who art in heaven, Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, and I now have that memorized. Then I do my guitar exercises, and I showed you the 3 main exercises that I do now to incorporate to make sure I'm practicing something. So I've got that, and then I do my songs, because ultimately I would like to know my songs. I have 8 songs that I know that I like enough. And as an artist, you have to like your material enough to stand in front of people and play it, and they don't know it, and you have to like it because they probably won't. So when you see Madonna or Lady Gaga or Mick Jagger, he goes up, and as goofy as he is, he believes in his music enough that he says, this is what I'm giving you, and I suspect that enough of you will like it, that this goofy, awkward kid can become a multimillionaire and world sensation. Not because he's brilliant. It's not clear that he's brilliant. It's clear that he practiced some artistic things and then just went out and did it. So anyway, I'm playing my songs and trying to convince myself that they're good enough that I can be a Mick Jagger, just some awkward guy going out and playing. And I'm getting old too, so Mick Jagger's touring and he's like 75 or whatever he is. And I'm going to start touring at in my 60s, and I'll be the Colonel Sanders of rock and roll. Of Christian rock, Christian folk rock. And I have this super narrow genre that is so specific that I'll be able to find the 100,000 people or whatever it takes to, be able to be a thing in the upcoming world where you have to make your presence on the internet and find random people from all over that will actually stick with you. So it might be, in Pennsylvania, I'll have 25 people maybe. In my county, my specific neighborhood, I'll have 0. I don't know. So then you have to go to New York and maybe 20 people in New York. And maybe in the entire United States, you get 500 people to follow you. And then in Europe, English-speaking nations, I expect to pull in 300 people from Europe. So that gives me 800. I need a lot more. So I might top out at 800. Anyway, this is a long rambling video. The notion where I was going is all those things are going to be incorporated into this video, this structured life, which is too many pieces for the old world. But I think the new world of online is going to flip into something where it's clear, if you watch people's channels, that expectations from personal channels are low. You have some girl who's just doing random things. Here's how I wear my makeup. Here's what my room looks like. I'm going to go down and get some coffee from the Starbucks. And they're just a personality living this random life. And in this little corner is people talking about how do we find meaning again, this very grounding, this very purpose. Have we lost and become adrift and lost all our foundational values? And this little corner, of course, is talking about that. And it follows Paul Vanderklay, who connected with Jordan Peterson, and then Jonathan Pageau and John Vervaeke. Those are the big 3 of this little corner. And they funnel into Paul Vanderklay, who is the explainer, the C.S. Lewis of our little corner. He tries and demystifies their conversations, and then all these people who are gathering around and talking to each other, which is strange and wonderful. And that's the thing about life. It's strange and wonderful. So we got to stop being afraid of being strange and expect somebody to think you're wonderful. So there you go. That's it for today.